Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatgurum. So when we are in the field of karma, especially when we are in the field of building up our spiritual life, there are few qualities which Sri Krishna mentions here that we must take care of that. I always feel there is no point of discussing any scripture unless it is directly helpful to me immediately, or it is directly guiding me that what I should be doing. That's why it is always necessary that when we read this kind of scriptures, we have to keep our mind afresh. We have to, as if we are revisiting the book. Secondly, when you travel on a path, you try to find out some details, how I am going to go there, what I am going to do there when I reach there. You are going for a destination, so you can say where I will stay, where I will take food, whether it is available or not, how I am going to go there, which flight is cheaper, etc., etc. When it comes to spiritual journey, we do not use that common sense. Very nicely said by Swami Vivekananda in one place. They say when the tiger or the lion roars, the roaring sound goes almost up to 2 kilometers, they said. And it is found also, if the lion or tiger roars, there are some animals in the vicinity, they just collapse. Tiger don't need to attack on them. The roaring sound itself makes them frightened and they do not know what to do. He says in one place, as the tiger or a lion roars and small animals run away, in the same way, when scripture is being discussed, the common sense runs away. At that time you say, no, this word, that word, how? Use your common sense, common logic. Maybe, I do not know, some other religion may not approve this. Don't use your sense. Do as it is written. You do as it is written. But the words which are used in the scriptures changes the meaning according to the social situation. 10, 15, 20 years before, if I tell you I am going to market to buy some tablet, so you 100% will understand he is going to buy some medicine. Today tablet is something different. Maybe he is going to electronic shop to buy a iPad or something like that. Words are words. It changes the significance. Scriptures were written 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years before, according to their wisdom. 90% of the amenities which you are using were not there during Sri Krishna's time or during Jesus' time or during Prophet's time or during Buddha's time. You need to interpret correct. If you say, no, I don't interpret, then how it is possible? Except few basic things, your food habit has changed. Your clothes have changed completely. Your language has changed completely. You are in the same place, your face also may be the same because of our DNA, but our lifestyle has completely changed. So when you understand the scriptures, you have to use this lens of present time and try to interpret in which way you can get maximum meaning out of it. Basic principles remains the same. Examples change, interpretations may change. Basic values remains the same. So from that point of view, we must understand is one thing. Second is, when scriptures are written in a condensed way, a shloka maximum has 60 to 70 syllables and maximum 10 to 12 words in one verse of Sanskrit scriptures. That means the whole concept is condensed. How you are going to eulogize that? How you are going to expand the concept? You use your common sense. So you take help of somebody who has understood it hopefully better than us. So there were great people who start a movement, thought movement, a philosophical movement. Some of you may know, you have heard about dualism, non-dualism, qualified non-dualism, Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita. This you have heard. If you want to interpret your view, for example, I don't believe in any of these established schools of philosophy. I have my own philosophy. If you are so great that you have your own philosophy, you must interpret three things, three scriptures in Hinduism to establish your school of thought. You simply cannot say, I don't believe them and I have my own thought. Then you interpret. It is called prasthana trayi. Prasthana means to start. If you start your movement, you start your views, which could be different than the established philosophies. So you can establish your own philosophy. But you have to interpret in three different ways. Or three scriptures are given to you. You have to interpret those scriptures and write commentary on that. That these are the concepts in Hinduism or in Vedanta. I want to interpret in this way. So you interpret these three scriptures. One of them is Bhagavad Gita. One of them is, second is Upanishads, which is part of the Vedas. And the third is the Brahma Sutra. So one is the Shruti, that which is Vedas. One is Smriti, which is Bhagavad Gita. And one is Nyaya Prasthana, that means the Brahma Sutras. You write according to your philosophy, interpret these three scriptures and establish your school of thought. This is the tradition in Hinduism or in Vedanta. You have heard the names of the great Acharyas, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya. They have written the commentaries on these three. One says, I am individual soul, he is another, she is another. And God is somebody who is a supreme soul. I am maybe devoted to God or not devoted to God. So me and my God are two separate entities. That is called duality. Another says, yes, I am an individual soul, but God is everything and I am part of that He also is part of that, she also is part of that. Eventually we are part of the same one big truth, and we are part of that inside. So it is, in a way it is duality because we are separate. In a way it is non-dual because there is only one truth, and that is God, and we are part of that God. If you say, here is a tree, every branch of the tree is part of the tree, but still you can separately identify the branch. But it is part of the same tree. Dvaita says there are two separate trees. One is tree, one is a hill. There are two separate, never can become one. But then there is another philosophy, that there is only one truth, that is God. Then who am I? You are also same truth, but you do not know. So you purify your mind and realize that. Sometimes these three basic philosophies in Vedanta or Hinduism is difficult to understand. So many scholars in their own way they give example and teach you how it is. There is a very funny example given just to understand the philosophies. A cat was running behind a mouse. A cat is running behind a mouse to catch. Mouse is separate, cat is separate. The cat catches the mouse. What it does? It's up. Before it gets digested in the system of cat, if the cat is killed, you can inside dead body of a rat also you can find. So rat becomes part of the cat, but it is still a rat. But when the rat is digested in the system of the cat, there is no more rat. There is only cat. This is an example. But think that you do not know any philosophy. You do not know whether you are a dualistic or non-dualistic or qualified non-dualism called Vishishta Advaita. Or there are 100 more. How 100 more come? There is same rice available. If rice is given to all of us, cook any dish you like. You believe everybody's dish will be little different. Truth is the same. Our aptitude, our state of mind, our composition of mind allows us to believe, doesn't allow us to believe. So our views may differ. In India, quite a sizable group of people, they are worshipper of goddess, Durga, Kali. Then there are many other names of the local forms of those goddesses. Some say Amba, or some say any other name, any other language you can put. But they are eventually worshipper of the goddess. So she is the final truth for them. But they like this non-dual. So the only truth is what? Vedanta will say Brahman is the truth. They say no. The Divine Mother is the final truth. That becomes one school of thought called Shakta Advaita. Shakti Advaita. Is okay. You may believe in any philosophy, you may not believe in any philosophy. But if you are a genuine spiritual seeker who doesn't know theories, but who wants to know the truth, who wants to realize something truth, and there is something which may not require any school of thought as if for the beginning. You say the scripture says me something, I have to understand my own way. So you go to a teacher who can make you explain. You take a simple message and live a good life pursuing, trying to know that truth. We do not know the truth. We do not know the scriptures. There are so many religions, have so many scriptures, apparently contradicting to each other maybe. So you are confused. So you come to a truth which you know and then go from there. Scripture will say something, then you, on the way, you have a GPS system or you have a map in your hand. Somebody told you, go to this direction, you can reach Changi Airport. That's a Guru says. So you took the map which Guru has given to you. Oh yeah, he told me there will be a station called Pailebar. Oh, then he told you the station will be Tanamera. And you trying to progress with the help of the guidance given to you. Let's see whether it is. So you try to match with the guidance and then progress. Vedanta is a, can reduce it. Echo is there. Reduce. Vedanta, or the philosophical side of Hinduism, says that you have to realize, still candidates. You have to realize your true nature. How do I say this is not my true nature? So you apply to your logic. My true nature I can never forget. I should always remember my true nature because that is me. If this body was my true nature, if my true form is this body, I do not remember my body in certain period of time, which is a deep sleep, etc. Scripture says, Guru says, you are potentially Atman or Brahman, which is nature is Satchidananda. What is Satchidananda? Sat, Chit, Ananda. That scripture says, how should I know? How should I realize? So know the meaning. What is the meaning of Sat? What is the meaning of Chit? What is the meaning of Ananda? Whether that is my real true nature or not. Sat is called existence. Sat. I exist. You also exist. And your existence is not that you are only existing here. Do you want to be extinct? Do you want to go to your non-existence? No. All of us want to continually, endlessly want to exist. Is there anybody who wants to die or who wants to say that let my existence go away? It cannot go away even if you want. You exist in one way or other. With body, without body. You say, how without body I can exist? Every night when you go to your deep sleep, you do exist. You don't have even consciousness of, or you are not aware about who you are, what you are. You are a man or a woman or in Singapore or in India or America. You do not know anything. You are a tall, short, rich, poor, nothing. But still you exist. Your existence is there, though there is no body consciousness. So there is a continuity of existence. Whether you are aware of the body or not aware of the body, you exist. You say, when I was born, You try to remember the earliest day of your life. Maybe you are 2 years, 3 years, 4 years old, you remember. Before that you don't remember. Because mind was not matured enough to register your memories. Does it mean you didn't exist? You existed. Did you not exist when you were 1 day old? You existed, but we don't know. So your memory is not the proof of your existence. Just because I don't remember doesn't mean I didn't exist. So there is a perennial, there is a continuous existence. Swami Vivekananda once says, I suggest you to read one article, one lecture which in form of an article called The Necessity of Religion. It is the first chapter of the book called Jnana Yoga. Read that one, it's very informative. Maybe, he says, that the origin of religion started from here. That I don't remember when I was 1 month old, but I still existed. What is the proof that before my physical birth and after my physical death, I will exist or I did not exist? There is no proof. Maybe I can exist without this body. The search of that is called religion. With the help of a philosophy or a religion, or without help of a philosophy or a religion, without their help. But my existence, with or without body, I must understand. The awareness of myself, that I exist, fine, but that awareness I have. That's called knowledge part. And very strangely, none of us, not only human being, not even an animal, ants, insects, nobody wants to suffer. Anybody wants to suffer? Nobody wants to suffer. Always we want to be happy. From where this notion came and I should be happy? Only the mad person will say that I want to be miserable. There is nobody who can say I want to be miserable, I want to be sorrowful, I want to be morose, I want to be not happy. This doesn't happen. Everybody wants to be happy. Why you want to be happy? And in the whole life, whatever you do is to be happy. Whatever you are doing, you earn money to be happy. You eat to be happy. You sleep to be happy. Sorry to use the word, but you get married to be happy, you take divorce also to be happy. Activity, type of activity is not important. Diametrically opposite type of activity, purpose is the same, that I want to be happy. Doctor told you must fast. So you skipped your lunch or dinner or whatever. You are feeling hungry, but no, doctor has told skip. Apparently it is painful. But that pain also you are ready to accept because you want to be happy. Somehow this is in our DNA, to exist, to be aware about our existence and to be happy. If you catch a fish from the water and put on the ground, what fish will do? Fish will try best to go back to the water, correct? Why? Because fish cannot exist without water. Just like fish is trying its best to go back to the water, we knowingly or unknowingly trying our best to go back to this tree. I want to exist, I want to be aware about my existence, and I want to be happy. You see some funny videos when children are given vaccine, cry at their best. I don't want to be pricked. No pricking means happy, because nobody wants pain. Mature people are ready to forbear that pain. Why? I want to be happy, I don't want COVID, so better to take vaccination. Even if you apparently accept pain, that too, the goal is happiness only. As the fish will try best to go back to the water, because water is its life. Without water, fish cannot exist. In the same way, we are trying to go back to that water, in a way, example, which is called existence, the knowledge and bliss. You don't need to have a philosophy to understand this, correct? Whichever religion you belong to, whichever country you belong to, you have these three in you. Even if you are an ant or you are an elephant, nobody wants to die. Take an ant, find out an ant and try to kill it. It will try best to fight with you, correct? It has no capacity to fight to you, definitely. Little like this you can kill. But it will not leave you till death. It will try to fight because that also wants to exist. Any living being wants to do that. So if I want all these three to go back to, then I will say, oh, let me understand then, who is me? Without body also I existed when I was in deep sleep. As it is you who was outside the gate, it is you who entered the mission, it is you who entered in this hall. This hall, outside part of the hall, that is mission, and outside the gate is not important. Important is you who is in these three different places. We always object, oh, he went there, she is here, he is there. That place is not important. We never want to think that it is me who traveled in these three places. It is me who is in a waking state now, looking at this world, hearing this world. It is me who go to deep sleep and imagine a dream. And it is me who, in a state that you exist, but the mind also sleeps and the body also sleeps. So it is you who travel in this three state. Who is that? What part of you is that which travels in this three state? The waking, the dream and the deep sleep. Continuously till you remember your life, you are continuously doing this. Unknowingly. The time has come for us to realize, to know, to understand. Let it be intellectually, it's okay. What part of me goes in these three states? In this state, your mind and body is with you in a way. You can think of philosophy which we are discussing. Sitting here, you can think of shopping mall. You can think of your family because it is under your will. You want to think, you think. Sitting in the temple, sitting in the church, sitting in the mosque also, you can think about something different. When your body sleeps, you can come to mission, you can go to shopping mall, you can go to your home, you can go anywhere you like. Because you carry your body. End of the day, what you say? Wow, today I went around so many places, I'm so tired. So what you do? Just like I put this in a place, you put your body in the bed, in a safer place where nothing harm will be done. You leave the body as if, throw the body in the bed and leave it. And you are absolutely unconscious about your body. But mind inside is working. That's why if you are more physically tired, your chances of getting deep sleep is more. When mind also sleeps, if the body is sleeping, That means bodily you are not aware about where you are and what you are. But your mind is still functioning, mind is still working. But there is no willpower. So your mind thinks today something, tomorrow something. So different day, different dreams you see. Then the time comes when your mind also sleeps, tired. I am giving you a practical example. This is fate of all of us. You want to watch a soccer final or a movie or whatever, your body doesn't permit. Your eyes get closed, though you are interested, but your body doesn't. I tell just to understand this. Somebody asked, today is a World Cup final, will you like to watch? So I say, yes, I want to watch, but I am thinking. That is in a very odd time. So I am comparing where happiness is more, in watching World Cup final or in sleeping. And I come to conclusion, nothing can be more happy than going to sleep. Correct? You try your best to watch, your eyes will close if you are tired. Why? You want to go back to that state where happiness is your nature. Happiness is your effortless state. Do you need to work hard to sleep? You are tired, you just sleep. That's why doctors will tell you, if you can sleep well, that means your health is good. You slip into sleep. You can think what time you went to bed. You can see your watch, oh, today 9:30, tomorrow 10:30, whatever. But you can never say what time you slept. You just go into sleep. You cannot plan to go. Exactly at this time I want to sleep. No. The waking state becomes a dream state, and dream state becomes a dreamless deep sleep state without your effort. Only one thing is there, that I want to be there. And look again, we never analyze. Unless you have deep sleep, you're sleeping in the bed doesn't mean anything, correct? If you keep on watching some dreams throughout the night, morning you are not fresh. Even if you sleep for 8 hours, morning you say, I don't know, I didn't get good sleep. When you say good sleep, it is a deep sleep. When you want your mind also to sleep, do not want to see the dreams. Your body sleeps, your mind sleeps. Then only morning you are fresh. Who gives you that freshness? Somewhere the freshness comes, correct? And that freshness is possible only by deep sleep. There is nothing in this world we can give you that freshness. No medicine, no injection, no supplements, no tonic. You have to go to deep sleep. You have to go and make your mind and body completely separate than you. Then only you are fresh in the morning. Are we talking about any philosophy? No. This is our day-to-day life. What is that about philosophy? Then ask a question. When I had a deep sleep, morning I am so fresh. From where the freshness came? Somebody gave you, correct? You were very tired when you slept. After deep sleep you are so fresh. All tiredness gone. Where it has gone? Who gave you freshness? Just by keeping your body and mind away from you or disconnected from you, you get freshness? No. You yourself are that reservoir of freshness. Going to that state of you called deep sleep, that way deep sleep is the nearest absolute happiness experience we have. Whatever experience you have in a waking state, which we all try, in different way we want to be happy, correct? Whichever way. By eating we want to be happy, by drinking people feel happy, by taking drugs people want to be happy. Whichever way people happy. Legal, illegal is a different thing. You don't do it. Illegal you don't do. But you want to be happy. And eventually you want to go to the deep sleep. Without that there is no happiness in the waking state. Waking state now, list out the types of happiness you have. Little more or little less doesn't make you happy. Look at the conditional happiness. And most of the happiness, or rather all the happiness if I am allowed to say, any kind of happiness which you experience in your waking state, if it is little more than a level, that happiness gives you frustration. Let me give example, then you can connect to any example you want. Mr. A or Miss B likes to eat sweet. I give them one sweet, both of them are happy. Sweet gives you happiness. I give you second, still happiness continues. I give you third one. I give you fourth one. Maybe fifth or sixth. Maybe 10th or 11th, I don't know. It will not only stop giving happiness to you, but it will create an anger in you towards me who is forcing you to take that sweet. How come? First piece of sweets give you happiness. 10th piece of sweet doesn't give you happiness. How come? That means happiness is not in the sweet. If it is in the sweet, it should continue to give you the same happiness. But it doesn't give. There is a relation between you and this sweet. Up to a certain extent, okay. After that, it stops giving you happiness. Not only it starts giving you suffering. This we need to think. Any kind of enjoyment, more than a certain level, gives you frustration, gives you unhappiness. Any happiness in this waking state. This is your and my experience. There is nothing new. Sri Ramakrishna says in the beginning of this book called Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Vichara, thinking. The first step of spiritual life is to be a thinking person, not a thoughtless person. Thinking person. What I am doing, why I am doing, analyze your doing, the result, the cause, the purpose. We never think. If we think, the truth will start opening itself to you. So when you are leading a life, spiritual life is nothing but to understand if there is any truth. As simple as that. Whether you give the truth name God, whether you give truth name Brahman, you give the truth name Father in heaven, you give a truth name of Nirvana, whatever name you want to give, is eventually the same. Philosophical discussions are different because of the geography where the religion came from. You don't expect Jesus Christ to speak in Sanskrit. How can he? He was speaking Hebrew. Krishna would have spoken in Sanskrit maybe. Krishna can't speak Hebrew. Just because it is written in Hebrew or Sanskrit or Arabic or some language, the truth doesn't change by that. Philosophies are different. That's why those who are spiritual people understands this. Those who are not spiritual but still beating around the bush, discussing and trying to live only at the periphery of the religion, we'll have a lot of questions. How a temple and mosque and church can be the same? Architecture is different. How that can be one? Because you have chosen the things which is apparently different. Your dress code is different. Your type of food take is different. These differences we must accept. We must accept. Spiritual person is that who finds out something which is common. I have a, though very short speech it will be, but in a very big international platform. I will say similar thing in a little different way. There is the President of Singapore is arranging an international seminar or something. Until you are a spiritual seeker, you don't know. Harmony means what? Harmony means there is something which is common in every religion. Then only harmony can come. Harmony cannot come in dress. Harmony cannot come in food. Harmony cannot come in architecture of your place of worship. Harmony cannot come in the language you speak. Harmony cannot come in the rituals which you practice or the gesture, like this, whichever way you do. This cannot be the same. It will be different. All of us are sitting, we have worn different kind of clothes. So what? Should I keep on enforcing on this that we are all different, we cannot be united because our dress is different? Foolishness. There is something common in us. That's why we are in a common place. So this level of understanding makes you spiritual when the philosophy is understood properly. So idea is this, that unknowingly what you are doing, everybody is doing unknowingly the same thing. All of us without knowing wants to be happy. Even a child also wants to be happy and an old person also wants to be happy. Everybody wants to exist. We do not want to become non-existent. We want to exist eternally. Because our experience says that I cannot be destroyed. I am continuously existing. This my continuous existence I want to realize, to know, is called Chit, or the second part. And all of us, without knowing, even an ignorant, even an atheist wants to do the same thing, correct? Think of an atheist, doesn't believe in any religion at all, also wants to exist, also wants to be aware about his or her existence and wants to be happy. Try consciously to find out why it is so. That will make us unified, that will make us together. That yes, different ways and means are there, but yes, eventually we want to be the same. So, in trying of doing this unknowingly, to do knowingly is called a religious life. Religious life is not only visiting the temple, mosque, church, this and that, no. Religious behavior is consciously trying to realize these three tendencies of mind, which are common in everybody. Try to consciously realize these three. Why do I do this? Why always I want to be happy? I want to be happy always. By any means I want to be happy. Apparently it may be different, but the purpose of that is that. About few classes before we were talking about this, that you can be wise in 3 simple steps. Whatever you are doing, find out the purpose of that. And when you can find out the purpose of that, find out what is the purpose of that purpose. When you can find out the second, third is difficult, to find out purpose of that second purpose. You do not do anything without purpose. You came all the way, spent money for taxi or by MRT or bus or walk or whatever. You took trouble to come to mission. There was a purpose. There was a purpose. Consciously think about, why do I go? Why did I come? So you find a purpose. Then think, what is the purpose of that purpose? So I want to attend the class. There is no meaning of attending class if there was no purpose behind it. So think about, what is the purpose of my attending the class? Which the cause was to come here? Which was the cause for me to leave my home and come here? This was the cause for me to spend money and come here. 3 steps. Whatever you are doing, take you are at home, doing whatever mundane activity, not even a spiritual activity. Today I want to eat something. Find out the purpose. Why do I want to eat? Most of the people cannot think this. This is the problem because of not being habituated to think. I want to eat because I was hungry. To appease my hunger, I want to eat. But that hunger you can appease by a loaf of bread also. Why you are ordering pizza for that? So you are ordering a food, particular food. Now that will make me happy. Purpose was to fill the stomach. Then purpose changed. Not only filling stomach, but filling stomach with some more happiness. What was the purpose of that? Most of the people, we cannot think. Why I want to eat a particular, that gives me happiness. Fine, very correct. So to get that happiness, you order pizza, spend money and eat. Though your hunger can be appeased by 3 slices of bread. But you want to be happy. And that happiness, because of your desire, that happiness can be fulfilled only by my desired food. So you order the food. Any activity you do, mundane or spiritual, 3 steps, think about it. What is the purpose behind it? If you find the purpose, what is the purpose of that purpose? And third is more difficult, to find out the purpose of my second purpose. In 3 steps you can become wise, philosophy. You can become a philosopher. Just by doing anything. There is a beautiful shloka in one Upanishad, Kena Upanishad, that any kind of knowledge, here knowledge is what? I came to know this is water, I touched, it is cool. This also is a knowledge you gather by your senses. So Upanishad says, any knowledge which you get by your senses, whether touching the bottle, whether speaking a word or hearing a word or doing anything in this world, every knowledge has a capacity to give you the supreme realization. By touching this also you can get that realization. How? How do I know that this is a bottle of cold water? I felt it is cold. Coolness I felt. That's a knowledge transfer. I saw the object. Seeing also one kind of knowledge. Touching another kind of knowledge. Hearing another kind of knowledge. We have 5 doors by which we gather the knowledge of this world. Any door you accept the knowledge. Does this gives me knowledge? This is inert thing. Does my eyeball gives me knowledge? Does my skin gives me knowledge? How that whole process of knowledge takes place? Not from medical point of view. Medical point of view also you can explain. Then they will say all the nerve system is there and the message is transferred through your spinal cord, goes to the brain and you recognize and all things they can say. genesis of knowledge, acquiring knowledge with the help of senses. But when you are in deep sleep, if this bottle is touched to you, it doesn't work because your senses are not working. Then what is the meaning of working of the senses? There is something within you which is called consciousness. Until that spark or the light of consciousness falls on that process of knowledge, the knowledge doesn't take place. For knowledge to take place, an object should be there, the process of knowing should be there, and the particular sense of seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, etc. That sense should be conscious. To keep the sense conscious, there has to be consciousness within me. Without that consciousness, even this experience of touching the bottle also will not take place. Upanishad says, find out series of experiences we have, thousands of experiences in one day. Correct? So many things. I touch the book, I touch the microphone, switch on, switch off, look. Continuously you will find we are gathering knowledge from this 5 senses, 5 doors. Continuous information is coming and being registered. And everybody's brain is a supercomputer. There is no computer till today in the world which remembers the smell. But your brain can remember the smell. Immediately, long before I got the smell, after so many days I am getting the smell again. Your brain can remember the smell. Computer cannot remember the smell yet. A very powerful tool is given. Now we are all stuck up by the words search engine. Right? They call it search engine. And Google will be happy to tell you as soon as you type the word and put enter. Before you see the result, there is one line. In 025, 024, some figure will come. In this many milliseconds, we give you the answer. Every search, there is a line. In this many milliseconds, you got the answer from us. My search engine is very powerful. Think about your search engine. God creates in everybody's brain. As soon as I look at you, my brain starts searching. In my old records, where did I see you? Sometimes face like you, did we meet somewhere? Oh no, not that way. Or maybe I'm confusing. So you confuse. And because of that confuse, Google will give you 10,000 answers of your search. Nothing smart about it. If it gives you one answer, I can understand. It gives you thousands of answers. Now you find out which is closer to what you are searching for. Your brain is a searcher. What is that search engine? What is the reason behind that? What that consciousness is all about? To search that, to realize that consciously is the true religion. Whether by singing, hearing the class, reading the book, singing devotional song, going for pilgrimage, doing charity, whatever you want to do. To find out that truth within me, nowhere else. That's why in Hinduism and many religions, this type of words are there. God is within you. God is not outside. Don't look for God in this place and that place. God is within you. Kingdom of heaven is within you. It is not without. It is within. God sits in your heart. In Hinduism we say, God is within you. God is not outside you. Is that consciousness within you? Is it true? And search for that is religion. Okay, before I forget, next 2 Sundays I won't be able to take class. I have to go to India for some program. So we will meet only, which is I think 4th or 5th of September it will come. Whichever day. But next 2 Sundays we will not have class. Then we shall. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.